I'm just discussing with Arabile what
What
the
song can we
Payday
use?
soundtrack is. You can always send us an expo. But we all know, and if you watch your salary closely or your wages, it is a payday weekend. But with these celebrations comes a warning.
Yeah, Gauteng traffic police are again concerned about the spike in end-of-month accidents. This morning, we're going to take a look at how to keep your loved ones safe.
And with us is the road safety educator, Obed Sibasa, who will share with us some details as well on enforcement plans, but also give us some key advice. Obed, good morning. We were just discussing whether you go out on a payday weekend, but I guess it's mostly work-related. Just talk to us about this interesting correlation between payday and accidents. Why are accidents happening near payday?
Good morning, Arabile, Iman. Good morning to viewers. Yes, Gauteng Traffic Police Road Safety Promotions, we have noted with concern that statistics show a spike in accidents on weekends after the 25th, coinciding with payday. Notoriously, prone to accidents and road deaths. We also have experienced a significant number of crashes the last Friday, with over 20 accidents recorded, with combination of fatal, serious, and minor accidents. That is disturbing. If you can look at, the 25th, if the 25th is on a Thursday or Friday, definitely that weekend is going to be a very hectic weekend where we'll be experiencing or recording, from fatal to serious crashes.
I want to go to the reason why. Is it because people are consuming alcohol? What are some of the underlying reasons that you found?
Underlying reasons, there's what we call contributing factors, which is the road, the vehicle, and human factor. When I talk to human factor, I'm referring to my behavior, your behavior, other road users' behavior on the road. People get excited. I'm not sure. I've heard you say it's payday weekend. Hopefully, it is not your payday today. And one thing that we have observed is that people get excited. You look at or you observe, behavior of road users at your liquor outlets, liquor shops. You observe your behavior of road users at your malls. There will be obstructions. People will be abusing alcohol. Remember again that influx of these fast cars, which is also a contributing factor. Now, at the end of the day, one thing that we have observed, any weekend or month end, where the 25th, it's a weekend is after the 25th, that is where we experience these, challenges. For example, if the 25th was or were on the Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, we know that week is not going to be hectic. But once it's Thursday, Friday, definitely that weekend is going to be hectic. Also important, alcohol plus speed. That is a deadly combination. Speed kills and alcohol impairs one's, judgment.
Yeah, so important. But I mean, we have this new auto demerit system, Bob Sibasa, it's supposed to promise accountability, greater responsibility and onerousness on the driver as opposed to just being preventative from your end as law enforcement. How many drivers would lose their licenses for something like this? I mean, how big a deal would it be for this new auto system to come and play, and would it help?
Yes, I think definitely it would help. It would help. Remember, currently we have got two auto areas, that is Tshwane and Johannesburg. As from the 1st of December this year, there will be a rollout. It's going to be phase 2 to 69 metropolitan areas. And then we'll also have our phase 3, the 1st of April 2026, 144 municipalities. By the third phase, we anticipate that the country as a whole, ARTO shall have been rolled out. Phase 4, very, very important that you touched on, the 1st of September 2026, that will be the introduction of Demerit system. Now let's go back to stages of ARTO. Firstly, it's your infringement notice, your courtesy letter, and enforcement order. Enforcement order, remember, it blocks your licensing transactions. I'm referring to your renewal. You are not going to be able to renew your driver's license, your PRDP, as well as your license disc. In a way, it puts a stop to those motorists or those road users. Fortunately, the introduction of demerit system is definitely going to help, because of if you are not going to comply, if you are not going to behave, if you are not going to change your behavior and attitude on the road, you'll end up, your driver's license cancelled.
Yeah.
It is first going to be a suspension, second suspension, and third, it is definitely going to be cancellation of your driver's license, which one will have to go and restart, redo your driver's license from scratch.
Obed, let me ask you, what would you change right now? I mean, things like the automatic suspension of licenses for things like DUIs or driving under the influence or reckless driving during payday weekends. Would that, do you think, help? Should we be pushing for something like that?
We do have what we call our road safety units. We do have our law enforcement units. Now, the two work hand in glove. We have got, as province, 5 corridors, where each corridor, like for example, your one would be your TMPD, your Ekurhuleni will be your Ekurhuleni Metro Police, your Joburg will be your Joburg Metro Police. You'll also get what we call your municipalities, your Mfuleni, which is south, Mokali City, as well as Rand West, Mirafong, which is west. That is where our road safety units go out, educate road users on safe usage of the road. At malls, at taxi ranks, at churches, as well as at shop-ins. We're not only targeting shop-ins because of we want to go out there and arrest people. Our road safety unit is the education wing of our department, which deals with educating road users on safe usage of the road. We also have what we call our law enforcement unit, which also deals with law enforcement. Stringent law enforcement is implemented where we ensure that our routes are safe. However, this is a completely different, week or month end, where you'll find the 24th, 25th, it's on a Thursday or on a Friday, where we know it's going to be hectic. Remember, it is not a once-off thing. There's what we call 365 plan. The 365 plan, it's year-long. We not only, conducting speed operations or drunk driving operations once off. It is every weekend, and every weekend or week, our road safety units are out there to ensure that road users behave.
Yeah.
We conduct what we call road safety awareness or public awareness campaigns. We also conduct education and training with regard to road safety. Law enforcement as well is out there to ensure that, how things roads are safe.
Yeah. And Tati Obed, perhaps as a closer, I want you to imagine that you are there at that shopping mall, at that bar, at that shebeen or tavern, at that sports ground, talking to people directly about keeping safe and not becoming a statistic in these, payday shenanigans. So what would you say to them directly? Speak to them, as an elder.
It's not that huge task. As long as you are a road safety practitioner, as long as you know your story, it is definitely going to be simple to talk to people. Talking to road users, in most cases, they do listen to us, be it at festivals, they do listen to us, they do listen to our messages. And our message is simple. It's for us to say to them, please, if you drink responsibly. Let us, adhere to the road traffic regulations. That will definitely, help us reduce these crashes, be it fatal crashes on our roads. Also important is the fact that If you look at, our communities out there, yes, people might say lack of education, but through media platforms like your Newzroom Afrika radio stations, we are in a position to also cover areas which one couldn't have covered, and through social media, we also making an impact with regard to safe usage of the road.
Very important one as well. Dr. Sibasa, we actually have a poll question that we're running today that is linked to this. And that question mark that we asked everybody is, how can road accidents be curbed during these payday weekends? We gave our audience three options, and we said they could either stay at home, there can be an improved sense of public transport, or tougher law enforcement. Now, 79% of the people that voted in our poll today voted that tougher law enforcement is the way to prevent and curb these road accidents during payday weekends. Does that speak a little bit about you having to do more and people taking less accountability, or does it also speak about the lack of public transport?
Yes, I would also encourage use of public transport, your e-hailing, if you know that you are going to be, going to a party or going to visit, a tavern, would advise, road users or drivers to use e-hailing, so that they are not found wanting. Number two, with regard to tougher law enforcement operations, yes, it is correct. We need to do more with regard to that. And from my side of observation is that we are doing as expected. Remember, we cannot talk multidisciplinary operations at the moment, and also heightened operations. Yes, we do. We do. Like, we are October Transport Month, going to heighten some of our activities. But we heighten where we know that there's going to be influx with regard to road users on the road. Also important, we heightened during your Easter, December, or festive season. We pushing and planning, and after we have planned, I am sure that we'll start implementing to ensure that during these weekends or month ends, we don't experience the same. Because of that, with regard to, states nationally, if you can check with COO Stephen Podile from the RTMC, they will tell you that, Gauteng, is the most affected province with regard to fatal crashes, not forgetting pedestrians.
Yeah.
And also important, we also realize that this 370, remember, the people that, go and collect their 370s, most it's on the 25th, 26th, and the 27th. What they will do, they will abuse alcohol and after use the road. That is another contributing factor. And they will be as pedestrians because of most of them do not have motor vehicles. So we are saying to pedestrians, drivers, please let us change our behavior, attitude on the road. Let us try and behave. If you know that you have consumed and it's enough, stay home. Don't use the road.